Hello and welcome to the Fixit Shed. So I'm still unhappy with how I dispense gas from the cans into my cars, and I do it often enough that I'd like to have a good system for it. I don't do it because I've run out of gas. I do it because the grocery store that I go to gives us gas points, and it's up to 25 gallons. So to maximize my savings, I like to get the 25 gallon maximum that you can get at the pump. So in order to do that, I have to take gas cans with me. So then I want to fill up the cars from the gas cans. So I decided to try out a siphon to move the gas from the can to the car, but when I looked online, I wasn't sure which one to get. So I ended up getting 3 of them, and I thought I'd make a video letting you know which ones I like best. Alright, so I have 3 different types of pumps. This one that just has the squeeze handle at the top. This one that has a bulb. Now this one has... There's a more expensive version of this. This is the cheap made in China version, and I'm not real optimistic about it, but we're going to try it out, see how it works. And then I got a battery operated pump transfer pump that I'm not going to use with gas, so when I test it out, I'm just going to test it out with water, see how it works. Alright, so I'm going to test out the bulb pump here first, and let's see. So this is a valve that you can use to pinch the hose to shut off the flow. So this blue piece is just to secure it to a tank, you know, to give it so you can look this way. Right, so you can hook it on there and kind of pinch it so that it stays in the tank. Right, and then this bulb, it does have a direction of flow arrow on there. Right, so we want the gas can over on this side and the tank over there. And you've got a couple pieces of hose here. So and let's see, let's untangle these. They are, there we go. So yeah, this one piece of hose is kinked, which hopefully that's not going to be an issue. It's kind of cold today, so the hoses are fairly stiff. So, well, this package also has a couple of clips. Little wire hose clamps. So you put that on, and then we can put the hose on the fitting. And then move that ring clamp up, wire clamp, to hold it in place. Alright, then we're going to do the other one. Oops. Okay, that should be pretty secure. Put the little clamp on. Alright, now fuel is flowing this way. So this, we're going to put in the can. And so the more expensive unit has a weight, you know, has a piece of brass on the end of the hose, which that would act as a weight and make this sink to the bottom. So this doesn't have that, so hopefully we can easily get to the bottom of the can here. I'm going to use that to hold that in place. Alright. And then we'll put this in. That's good enough. In the gas tank. And then we're going to squeeze this until the gas starts flowing, and then it should just kind of take off on its own, which it's doing. I don't know if you can see in here the level of the gas. Yeah, I think it's too well lit. So it was just about 5 gallons, so this is going to take 5 gallons. Alright, that's about all I'm going to get out of the can. The camera shut off. I think it shuts off at around 30 minutes. And we're about 30 minutes in. So there's still a little bit left in the can, but without the right hose, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get into the bottom here without a weight on the hose or something. So that's as close as we're going to get. Alright, so let's take a look at the Haruzdi battery operated pump. Alright, and we have the cartridges that we need to put the batteries in. So I put some AA batteries into these carriers, so put those in like that. And that seems to work. Alright, let's go try it out. Alright, so I've got a bucket full of water and one that's empty. So this is about 5 gallons, so it's going to be similar to the gas can. I'm a little bit nervous about having that pointing in that direction. Alright, let's try it out. Alright, so let's go over the 3 pumps. So the first one I'm going to go over is this one. It was the least expensive, this bulb pump. It was under $10. It did get the job done. So it successfully transferred the fuel from the can to the car, and it used gravity. So once you got the fluid flowing through the pump, gravity would take over and it would continue to flow. You didn't have to do anything extra. On the downside, it was slow. So this took a half an hour to transfer 5 gallons from the can to the car. So it could also use a weight on the end so that the hose, when you put it in the can, sinks to the bottom rather than, you know, starting to curl up like this. That's pretty ineffective, then you're not going to get all of the fuel out of the can. So there is a more expensive version of this. It does have a weight on the inlet hose, and I believe the diameter of the hose is also bigger, so it would transfer the fuel faster. So if you're thinking about getting this kind, I would probably look for the more expensive one. I will put a link to that in the description as well. Alright, so the next one I want to talk about is this one with the orange squeeze handle. It was around $13, so that puts it in the middle, but I would still consider it fairly cheap. It does have a rigid supply line, which I liked. That way you could put it in the can and you knew that it was going down as far as it could. You didn't have to worry about it curling up like the other hose. So, and then the other thing is that it uses gravity. So once you start pumping and you get the liquid flowing through the hose, you could just let it go and gravity would continue to have the liquid flow through. And it emptied the 5-gallon gas can in about 5 minutes. Significantly better than a half an hour. And then the last one that I want to talk about is the battery operated one, and this transferred the water from the 5 gallons of water from one bucket to the other in about 2.5 minutes. So it was doing it at about 2 gallons per minute, and that's definitely the fastest. This was also the most expensive. This was about $23. So, and as you can see, the other benefit is that this one, it can flow uphill a little bit. So I don't know if you noticed when I was filling it, I raised this up and it didn't have any problem pushing the water through. So the other siphons, if I had raised this up higher, it would have stopped flowing. The downside is it does use batteries, and eventually they're going to wear out, or you're going to leave it in here and they're going to corrode and ruin the whole thing. So which one am I going to keep and use? I'm probably going to keep and use the one with the orange pump handle. It was simple. It came out of the box ready to use. It worked. It was fast. It was inexpensive. I really didn't have any problems with it, so I'm probably going to keep this one. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And if you want to help support the channel, please click the join button below to become a member. Thanks for watching. Take care.